So we'll do that one. That's so silent night, holy night, all is dark, all is bright, and young virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sweet in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds play at the side, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born, Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, lost your light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord of thy birth, Jesus, Lord of thy birth. To Good King Wenceslas. I just got a Christmas present of a frog in the throat, so I'm just going to I think it's a lack of whiskey, actually. Yes. Good King Wenceslas, look out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel, when a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. And I can't see where's that one's gone.
We've only got one verse.
You've only got one verse? There's a whole story. He's got to follow in his footsteps through the snow. You don't have the verse, okay? So let's see. You know, Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Blitzen. But you would call the most famous reindeer of all. So you've got Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeers loved him, as they shouted out with glee, shouted, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. So, hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph on the skies. With the angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ by highest heaven adored, Christ the everlasting Lord. Late in time, behold him come, offspring of the favored one. Veiled in flesh the Godhead see, hail incarnate deity. Jesus, man with none to dwell, Jesus our Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We want some figgy pudding, we want some figgy pudding, we want some figgy pudding, so bring it out here. We won't go until we get some, we won't go until we get some, we won't go until we get some, so bring it out here. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to listen to a speech from the member for Brisbane. Thank you.
Sorry everyone, I was literally sneaking out the back door and they just grabbed me. I do have to run. I am the member for Brisbane, but I'm also a good Irish girl, from Irish family. Yeah, my family actually came from County Cork, Kilkenny. And yeah, so I've actually been back there to see my grandma's house. She was the first of her generation to be born in Australia. She had like 8 brothers and sisters or something. Most of them were born in Cork, or in Kilkenny, but she was born in Australia. So we did go back there, and it's one of the old, mud thatch roof places. And don't know if it's still there though, because it's been a few years since I was back there. But I'd like to think that they kept it there. But I'm really pleased to be here. And the one thing I did want to say is, you probably haven't heard much about, what's really important to me. But what I got elected on was partially who I am, and for me, community is a really big thing. And I grew up in Paddington, and in Paddington in the day when I grew up, everybody knew each other, right? And my mum would send me up the shop, but while I was going up the shop, Mr. Giffen would go, I've got all these chocos and I've promised them to so-and-so, 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 you've got to drop them off for me. Or the lady down the back, she had the chickens, you're allowed chickens in backyards in Paddington in those days. And she'd make us sort of take them all around and give them to all the families. And to me, that's community, like we all knew each other. And I really do feel that it's not as strong as it should be, or could be. And it is coming back, I agree with you, but it's communities like this that bring it back, if you know what I mean. And it's nice to see a lot of young faces here today, because we need to keep generating those communities to keep us strong. Because if we're part of something, we're part of something bigger, and we're more wholesome as individuals. So anyway, that's it. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm so pleased that I could be here and see you in the new year.
Thank you very much. Can I ask President Jeff to come to the microphone, please?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen, if I can just have your attention for one moment. A rather sad note. One of our most senior and most distinguished members, Tom Moore, died this week, and his funeral will be on Tuesday next at the Cathedral of St Stephen. Tom was a magnificent member of the Queensland Irish Association. He is famous in his own right, but also famous for being the captain of the father of Stephen Moore, the captain of the Wallabies. Oh, yes. But Tom was a long-standing, very, very active member of the Queensland Irish Association, and he will be very, very much missed. Vale to Tom Moore.
Okay. Michelle Fitzpatrick, where are you?
She just stepped out for a minute.
Margaret, would you like to say something on behalf of St Bridget's, please?
Thank you, Mavis. We help St Bridget's every year, Michelle Fitzpatrick and I as co-chair. And next year it's at February 7th, a Saturday, closest to the 1st of February, the feast day of St Bridget of Kildare. If you want a form to have a look to see the book with it, you can come and see us. But I must admit that Mavis here also wears another cap. She's the official piper for St Bridget. We really appreciate that, and I just hope that anybody who wants to come get a form, and we'll give all the details for it. We have a wonderful guest speaker, Carmel Martin, who had with SEPA Education, which is a wonderful, wonderful charity, and every year when we have a charity as a guest speaker, we send a donation from our raffles. So we try to do a little bit of good for the people in the Irish Club. Oh.
Mary's going to say that.
I'm going to call it.
Mary Allen. Mary, would you like to come to the microphone, please?
Thank you,
Hi everyone, I'm Mary from Queensland Irish Association. I want to let you all know that our next event, we usually take a break over Christmas, but these days we actually do a January event because we like to have something happening about monthly. So we have Women's Little Christmas, which is a traditional Irish celebration, and it's called Nullig Nimana in Ireland. Try pronouncing that after a few drinks. So, Women's Little Christmas. And what it is after the women have worked really hard all over Christmas, as they traditionally did, doing all the dinner, buying all the gifts, basically doing everything, the men were rostered up to do a day's hard work and run the household while the women took the day off. So back in Ireland, this traditionally happens on the 6th of January. And we've now brought that little tradition over to Queensland with us. So we're having a Women's Little Christmas get-together. Everyone's welcome to come along. It's on Sunday the 4th of January, and it's at Mount Cootha Botanic Gardens. So it starts at 11 a.m. with a little tour of the gardens, and then we'll go and hang out in the cafe and have a very sophisticated cup of coffee, which is not what happens in Ireland on Women's Little Christmas at all. But everyone's welcome to come along to that. And then in February, as well as celebrating St. Bridget, who is of course the patron saint of Ireland, as well as our St. Patrick. So we have the dinner that Margaret just told you all about, but we also have a film screening. We've been doing that for a few years now as well. And that's at Brigidine College, and that is on, Claire, the 14th?
Yes.
14th of February at 2 p.m. So the details of all these events will be coming out to you in our newsletters anyway, but they're also up on our Facebook page, which I'd highly recommend if you guys are on Facebook, give us a follow, because that's a really good, quick overturn of news there, and you'll never be lost for what's going on with us if you're on our Facebook page. Alright, so we're looking forward to seeing you guys bright and early in January. I know everybody wants to snooze off Christmas, but you gotta come along to this. Thank you.
Is that when the men become designated drivers?
Yes.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Margaret. Michelle's not here at the moment. Wait until she arrives. So just chatter amongst yourself, and Brendan will play a few more brackets.